Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So if you watched the video I made earlier today about my profile picture, you would have noticed that that the week 2 upset predictions would be coming out in a few hours. Well, here you have them, as I will be predicting the top 5 teams that are underdogs coming into this week that have that could possibly win their games. Now, this is saying that it's not impossible for the teams that are not listed on this list to make it. This is saying these are my favorite underdogs heading into this week. So there are 2 teams featured from last week's that will be on this list. I am using Google's predictions for this list, not my own, just to point that out. So here we go. So we'll start off with a team that was on my list last week, the Houston Texans. So the Texans are coming off a game where they got brutally murdered by the Chiefs, even if the score doesn't really speak that. But I feel like against the Ravens, they have a good chance of rebounding as long as they can get their offense to go. And David Johnson actually didn't have a bad game last time out, so he'll be someone to watch in that game. Of course, the Texans are going to have to contain Lamar Jackson on defense. Many teams have failed at that, including the fact that they got stomped by the Ravens in a blowout loss last year. But I think it'll be different this year. It is a home game. I mean, there's not many fans, but it is home field advantage. So, but do look out for the Texans heading into this week. So this team, actually, I predicted this team as an underdog last week as well, but this is the only team that I predicted as an underdog last week and won. And this is the Oakland Raiders. Now, someone did point out to me that they were actually favored to win, so that is my bad. But it is what it is, I guess. But they are 100% favored to lose. I am positive about that. Against the Saints, it's gonna be their first game in their new stadium. And actually, I've seen the stadium, and it looks very nice. But the Saints' offense last week against the Buccaneers looked very good. Alvin Kamara might be back. From to his 2018 form. The one good thing for the Raiders is that Michael Thomas is suspected to sit out for the game with an ankle injury, but one thing key to success for the Raiders is to try to base their offense around Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs had a really great game against the Panthers last week, and I think that Jacobs could be one of the top 5 backs in the league in a couple of years if the Raiders can utilize him and maybe even make him the front a leader of their offense. All right. So underdog number 3. This is probably the one which I believe the least in, and that is the New England Patriots. So the Patriots, coming off a 10-point win against the Dolphins last week, they didn't look that bad. I mean, it looked close at some points of the game, but New England, when it mattered, they got the job done. Their defense was solid, forcing 3 turnovers. Honestly, it should have only been 2. I feel like that last interception should have been called back. But Cam looked solid in that game, at least, especially running the football. And, it looks like the Patriots going to have no problem running the offense that Cam is used to. I mean, he's probably going to have to mostly do a short and quick passes that Brady had to do in New England. And they are playing the Seattle Seahawks. Of course, the main focal type to focus on is Russell Wilson. I do not see the Pats defense stopping them as good as it is. I do not see this Pats offense stopping Russell Wilson. I think it's going to be the thing where last year they look really good before they had to face like the really good quarterback. Where last year they had to face they were barely even allowing touchdowns in games until they faced Lamar Jackson. But it is the Seahawks. The Seahawks are very good at home, and they have one of the 2 most feared tacklers in the league. I feel like Bobby Wagner and Jamal Adams on their side. I don't think this will be enough for the Patriots to handle, but they are on my list, so I don't completely bet against them. I can believe that they can beat the Seahawks, but it's not very likely, I would say. Alright, number 4 on the list. This, I feel like, would be the most likely, and this is the Minnesota Vikings. Now, this might be a bit of a surprise since they are playing on the road. They are playing a future Hall of Fame quarterback in Phillip Rivers. But Phillip Rivers, he looks very washed up. He did not look good against Jacksonville. Projected to be the worst team in the AFC, and he just fell flat on his back. I think that the Vikings could very well win this game if they can, not allow Phillip Rivers to make any big plays, and if they can get their offense going. So, you can count on the Vikings beating the Colts on Sunday. Alright. So the last one, this is probably an interesting one, and that is going to be the LA Rams. So the LA Rams are an interesting team, I feel like they kind of got bailed out against Dallas, but they have a shot this week, I know. Overall, I've noticed that the Rams are not very good, have not been very good under Sean McVay, at least on the road. They've been really good at home, though. They have not been too good on the road. But they are on the road and they are underdogs, but I feel like they will have a chance to win this week. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Please do comment any video ideas that you have. And peace.